Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
The time of the moonshot in Silicon Valley is over 8 years ago. The founders of Google split the company into separate entities and called the collection Alphabet. The idea was to separate the core business, the company's giant advertising machine, that has made it one of the most powerful corporations in the world, from the side projects that took time to develop, but could one day become Google's next big moneymaker. The long bull market stuttered to an end, and tech stocks fell all of last year. Pressure to cut costs from Wall Street was building, and in recent months, a spate of layoffs and cost-cutting has swept Silicon Valley, with the big idea side projects that would become the revenue drivers of the future being particularly hard hit. Some of them have been completely stripped down, others with facing deep cuts marching into middle age. Google, Facebook and Amazon grew in the first 2 decades of the millennium. All rapidly went from startups to tech giants, disrupting the balance forged by companies before them. The move fast and break things ethos and billions in venture capital funding from Silicon Valley investors helped them become Goliaths themselves. But for founders who started their businesses in dorm rooms and garages, there was ever-present danger that the next nimble startup would come along to disrupt them. When Google went public in 2004, its founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin wrote a letter to potential investors, warning them not to expect the quarterly financial focus that most publicly traded companies must follow. But it didn't always happen by reinventing themselves with big ideas created internally. Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook have made hundreds of acquisitions over the past 2 decades, buying up both large emerging competitors and small startups. Google's Android operating system, Facebook's mobile advertising business, and Amazon's audiobook empire all originally came about through acquisitions. The team, at a point where such secretive employees weren't allowed to speak its name, worked on projects like Echo Frames, Amazon's attack on smart glasses, and even cancer research, CNBC first reported in 2018. Despite big investments, some of Amazon's most ambitious projects have not got off the ground. In 2013, Bezos made headlines when he announced on 60 Minutes that Amazon was already testing drone delivery. But 10 years later, Bezos has moved on, and Amazon's drone operation, tangled in regulatory bureaucracy, has made few real-world deliveries. While economic pressures are affecting funding for Moonshot labs, that doesn't mean sparks of innovation will die at companies, said Peter Diamandis, a tech entrepreneur and investor. Verily, one of a few healthcare projects the company has launched over the years, has been working on a range of issues, including breeding sterile mosquitoes to reduce the spread of insect-borne diseases, and helping run coronavirus testing centers. During the year the pandemic began, when Google announced its layoffs on January 20th, Verily was disproportionately affected, cutting 15% of its workforce. Area 120, part of Google that served as an internal incubator for startups, lost most of its employees, and will soon be shut down completely. The department represented one of Google's defining quirks. It allowed some employees to spend time on projects outside of their regular jobs, and sometimes even stay with the company to create startups, rather than go it alone. Those times seem to be over now. A similar dynamic has developed over the past year, when it comes to new generative artificial intelligence tools that can generate text, images, sounds and videos that look and feel like they were created by humans. Startups like OpenAI and Stability AI unveiled their products to the public, attracting a wave of marketing attention and wonder at the new tools. Even though much of the technology was based on ideas previously developed by the big tech companies, Microsoft spent billions of dollars on a deal with OpenAI to use the company's technology in its new Bing search chatbot, and Google and Facebook are rushing to produce their own versions of the technology, overcoming the barriers that they had introduced in the past to ensure the powerful technology was safe to use. Before it got into the hands of the public,